I don't think I've ever seen the waves this big at this location. I'd intended to shoot down at the far end, but the waves are actually coming over the wall, the seawall. And it's not windy. It's bizarre. Oh, we're about to get wet feet. It's better. Just keeping an eye on everything. You're just about safe. It's making taking an image slightly difficult because what I'm wanting is the water whooshing that way. Jeez, that was a big one. But the waves that are coming in are so huge, they're hitting the groins before the water's gone fully out, so I'm not getting quite the image I want. Jesus. I can't believe this. Wait, that's a bit too strong for me. Oh. Well, it's a good job I have my bag on the side. Excuse me, we've all gone for little walkies. That's it. Jesus. Oh, are you there? Oh yes, there you are. Good Lord above, man. Oh, hold on. Hold on, let me straighten you all up. Yes, I've never been here with it like this, even on wild and windy days. I'd looked at the forecast and thought, yeah, the East Coast kind of looks promising. So I'll take a run out to one of my favouriteest places, and I don't think I'm actually in shot, so hold on, let's just move you again. I'm at Hornsea. I might be in shot now. It's chilly enough for me to have my hat on. Winter is a-coming. But I'm actually sheltered from the breeze down here. We've got a westerly wind. Although looking at these waves, you wouldn't think it. Oh, let's put us a bit on the wonk. That's better. We've got a nice bank of cloud out on the horizon, which is threatening to catch. Although if you'd seen the horrific clouds and rain that I've driven up here in, you'd be forgiven for thinking we're not going to get a sunset. What I'm trying to do is cut out as much of the goopiness in the sky as I possibly can. 17 to 55, we're at 45 mil. And then it's just a case of waiting for a wave to come in. I've got these destroyed groins, which I love. I think they're the best ones here. They're really weathered and worn. Coming in bottom left-hand corner, going out to the right. They're literally dissecting the image. Very small amount of sky. I'm just above the cloud line. And one thing you have to be conscious of when you are shooting a sunset at a sunrise location is you're going to lose the light really rapidly, which we've done here. But the water, on the plus side, is going quite a nice aqua colour. It's darker than I would like, but I can live with that. I've got the polarizer on, twisted, that's more like it. Twisted so that it lightens the water, whereas normally I'd want to take reflections off. Essentially, I'm putting reflections on. That was better, that one. The only thing that's frustrating me is the pebbles in the beach are showing through. I had thought about putting the 10 stop on, but because we get, as you've just seen, a rogue wave every now and then, I don't think that's going to work particularly well. I might have to pick the camera up and leg it halfway through a shot. As it is, I've got the 6 stop and the 0.9 grad. That's more like it because there is a marked difference between the sky and the sea. I think that's better. I'll get this thing to zoom in a bit. Yes. With the polarizer on and the 0.9, although you can still see there's a deep horizon, it's not as noticeable, not as marked. It doesn't jar as badly. I'm at, 10 seconds? 8 seconds, f6.3. That's nearly it. And I think I'm just going to stick with one composition at the moment. I was going to stick the wide angle on. In fact, I might still do that. Not the wide angle, sorry, the zoom lens. Because that red marker post with the sky that is threatening to light up behind it could work really nicely. And I will confess, we had a bit of a panic when we got here, because I got down here, I got set up, went for me filter holder and thought, oh no, I've left it in the house. Luckily I hadn't. I whizzed back up to the van, well, I stomped back up to the van, having a bit of a tantrum at my own stupidity, and found I'd managed to oik it out of my bag while I was getting something else out. Phew! Because whilst I could use the black card method to act as a grad filter, I really wasn't going to be able to do any long exposures, and I feel the need for some long exposures. Right, I think I've got enough of these now. Maybe just do that. Maybe just one more. There are some corking flipping waves coming in tonight. See, like with that one, I've got the white streaks, but that last wave actually worked really well. Yes. Little bit of motion coming through the streaks, a bit of depth to the water behind. You can see that there are waves coming in, it's layered, and just the tops of the groin showing through. So one more, and then I'm going to call it quits here and have a nosy, see if I can find something else. I've had fun and games playing with those, and I thought, just for shits and giggles, we will go for a ridiculously minimal image featuring that absolutely gorgeous red marker post. So I was going to stick the wide angle on. I'm about to have to pick you up and run, I think. Holy mother of God, that's big. Right, sorry, where was I? Yes. I wanted to capture that lovely red marker post with just a smidgen of colour behind it. So I've stuck with the 17-55. I'm at 15 seconds. I've still got the 6-stop on. I've still got the polarizer twisted to lighten the water rather than darken it. And I'm just catching that beautiful pastel-y glow. And I've got a sea of blue, a little bit of the cloud in the background, because there is a bit of a bank of cloud, and then this beautiful red marker pole. You know, it's fabulous coming back to a place time after time after time after time. Might be boring for you, but it teaches me what I can get out of a location. I've just realised you're on the wonk. Hold on. Oh, can't have you on the wonk, can we? You look straight. That's better, I think. And every time I come, I get something different. Let me just make sure about that. Yeah, that's sharper than a sharp thing. I like that. And that pastel glow is getting bigger. So I'm just going to try one more. I focus without the filters on. Zoom in, focus to... I zoom in probably 50%. Manually focus, and then pop the filters on. I know where the filters need to be, so they're all set. It's just making sure that the red cage on that marker is pin sharp. That's the one, yes. But there is a huge fall off on this beach, and you can see the waves digging down and then rearing up. Oh, it's lovely. I don't know if you're catching this on this little camera, but as you see the waves roll over, just before they come down, they get really light. And it's the reflected light from the sunset, which is going off over there, something wicked. It's amazing how much light it's picking up. Excuse me, I just need to trigger that. That's it. The size of those waves! Oh my God! Hold on to your hats. God, I will never get over how amazing the sea is. And now I've got my little light on my gimbal, but I'm not convinced it's going to make much difference because I'm standing a little way away from you. I have noticed that time is running away with me, just for a change. So as a last shot, I thought I'd come down onto the beach. The tide is now receding. I'm still shooting with the 70 to 200, and I'm just shooting straight down the groins. And what I'm trying to do, I've got no filters on, I've just got my filter holder on because I haven't taken it off yet. I'm trying to get a little bit of motion around the groins, but not going over them, so they're still standing out. I've got one that I think works really nicely, and a couple that I'm really not so keen on. But you have to try. I know what I'm after in my mind. It's just whether I can do it. Because we're on an outgoing tide now, I'm getting less and less waves around it, so I'm having to work with what I've got. Weren't those waves phenomenal? And that's it. Yes. Short and sweet from Hornsey. Don't be afraid to return, because you never know what you're going to get. I don't think I've ever got two images the same from here. I feel quite sad about this groin because there's bits of it that were there when I first started coming a couple of years ago, and I'm not there. It's quite sad, really. But it's nature, I guess. Things are eroding. But again, I think I've got two images that I really like, and I'm still waiting to get one from here. That looks like a decent wave coming in. I'm shooting portrait orientation. Now, it's not coming in far enough. The change from the tide coming in to the tide going out with the size of the waves is unreal. But yes, we're losing the light, so I'm going to pack up. Oh, that looks like a big one. And tootle off home. So thanks for coming along. Keep your pictures coming in, by the way, guys and gals, for the end of your video. Thank you to those of you who have already sent them in. There's some stunning ones coming in. There's one of a monkey or an ape. Wow. Just wow. So yes, I'm going to waste another half an hour or so here, and I'll catch you next weekend. Toodaloo.